Alright, so I brought the Onsra outside to go on the first initial ride to give you all what I think of it. And board disconnected. It's being a pain right now. I've never had that problem with an Onsra, but at first when I first turned it on, it said calibration mode started. They're flashing fast blue. If I hold this down, it'll pair again. I don't have the book on me because I just want to go for a quick ride. See, calibration mode started. Oh my gosh, now I gotta do that again. Paired. ESCA, mile per hour, belt drive, 3.2, 115 millimeter. Alright, maybe? Yep, okay. Now we got connection. I don't know what it went doing. When I first turned them both on, it said calibration mode started. Turn the board upside down. That's why it's sitting like this. That was weird because when I first got it and paired them, it never did that. Scratched it up already, flipping it over on concrete. Alright, here we go. Alright, so just got on the board. I'm going to ride the board as it went boxed. So, as it came to me, that's how I'm going to ride the board. I tell you already, I almost fell off of it twice just trying to carve and turn because it's super stiff. So I leaned further than the board was willing to. Let's see, on the remote, I have it set in brutal mode. That's the highest mode. Jury's still out on the shape of the remote, whether I like it or not. But, alright. Big bump. Alright, let's give it some gas. So, I don't know if brutal mode is really that brutal. Let's try it again. Get on a straight. Forgive me, I haven't been on a board in months, so I'm trying not to eat it right now. But here we go. Full throttle. 15. 20. So that's 0, well, 1 to 20. Hit the brakes. Ooh, the brakes are brutal. Holy cow, those are probably the best brakes I've ever had on a board so far. I'm going to have to keep trying those out. So according to the remote, remote has 100%. I'm already at 95%. I charged the board about a week ago when I got it. Weather and work haven't allowed me to come out on it. Trying to get a little bit of carving. So, acceleration, according to the remote, I don't think you guys can see it, but it breaks it down for you. In brutal mode, it said acceleration 100% and brakes are 80. I'm telling you, these are, oh, like it will throw you off. That's not full braking. It will throw you off the front of the board. Good job on the brakes, Onsra. I might have to take it out of brutal mode when I'm actually riding. If something jumps out in front of me and I slam the brakes real hard, I'm coming off of this thing. So far on this ride, the board's super stable, but that's because it's super stiff. So if you like riding fast, I mean, it'll still turn. It's just I can't really lean with it. Now, I haven't messed with the remote at all because, like I said, I'm trying to ride it the exact way that it came. But there is a setting on here that I'm pretty excited about. I saw in the owner manual that you can turn on the auto reverse. So it's kind of like the Cali in that sense, that if you hold the brake down for more than like 2 or 3 seconds or something like that, then it goes into a slow reverse. Definitely going to turn that feature on because that feature really helps. When I'm out riding in that downhill section, like right here, going into a street and I'm waiting at a crosswalk, to be able to stop and then hold that down and come back up or whatever, I don't have to take my feet off the board. So I'm definitely going to turn that on. I'm excited about that. Good job, Onsra, Fabian, on putting that feature on here. I keep wanting to carve way harder than this board will allow. So Fabian made a video on how to loosen trucks to get the board to carve better, like a 4-step process. So step 1 would be obviously loosen the nut. If you can't get them to what you want them, then you take off the outer washer, the one furthest away from the truck, and you flip it over, then put it back on. That's step 2. Step 3 is the washer closest to the truck, you remove it completely, and then step 4 would be you got to replace the bushings. Yeah, I'm definitely going to pull over somewhere and at least do step 1, if not step 2, because the board's just way too stiff for what I like to do for riding. It's definitely set up for speed. If you guys have been like, oh, the black Carve's too unstable to go fast, then get the black Carve 3. So the best way I could think of to show you how stiff that board is, where the trucks are, as you know, on the black Carves, I can normally turn around 180 degrees on the width of a normal street. So I'm going to try that real quick. I know I'm going slow with how I do it on the other ones. And yeah, so that's the turning circle. So let's go find somewhere and loosen these up. So I guess I should try to show the responsiveness before I loosen them. So that's me trying to carve as hard as I can and as fast as I can from side to side. It just doesn't work. Okay, I know I'm kind of breaking protocol for my first initial ride, but honestly, if I kept riding that, I would just call this video done and take it home and then wait till the next ride to do this. So I'm just gonna do it today. As you can see, it came from Onsra almost completely adjusted out. I don't think flipping that cap is gonna do enough for what I'm looking for, because that board is stiff. So I'm gonna do what Fabian recommended. I'm gonna remove this washer down here completely. I'm gonna flip this over and hope for the best. Okay, that might be too much because I have the nut. I mean, I know I could tighten that down more, but look, there's really no stability in there to speak of. It's not pushing down enough to give you any type of stability. So I'm gonna flip this one back over, tighten it down, we'll see what happens. Okay, so to explain what I'm doing, I removed that washer. That's a good, and the thickness of that maybe 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch, something like that. But you see this where there's no stability at all. I'm gonna tighten this down until that kind of soaks up, where at least you're in the bushing a little bit. I did it to the front. Right there. So that's what I'm gonna try. Let's give it a whirl. Okay, so here we go again. I just adjusted the trucks. Hit just the power button on the remote like you're supposed to be able to do. And all it says is calibration started, turn board upside down. What the hell is going on with this thing? All right, board's upside down, now what? Yeah, nothing. Nothing. The blue light's on back here. It's flashing slowly. This just says calibration mode started, turn board upside down. So here I'm going to sit here and wait. I'm just going to wait to see what it does. I'm not going to push any more buttons. So it's been 4 minutes and nothing changed. I think it's going to turn itself off eventually. But it's doing absolutely nothing after 4 minutes. So I'm going to start pushing buttons, turn the remote off. This is ridiculous. Turn the remote back on. What is it calibrating anyway? Yeah, see? Just same status. So now I'll try turning the remote off, turning the board off. No more blue light. Now turn it back on without entering pairing mode. Let's turn the remote back on. Calibration, turn board upside down. This, which way? This way? the other upside down. I mean, I know I should have read the owner's manual before coming out on my inaugural ride, but what good is a feature that you could just turn the thing on? Turn board upside down. How many times do I have to do this, Onsra? How many times do you have to flip it upside down for calibration mode? So no matter what I do, I can't get it to respond. I'm only a couple miles away from the house, but that's far enough that I ain't walking it. Well, I'm not dragging that board. If I gotta walk it, the board's sitting right where it's at. So let's try again, powering everything down, and then let's go into pairing mode. So I'm gonna hold the power down. This won't be for like 5 seconds, but until the light is flashing fast, which it's doing. Now hold the remote down, keep holding. Huh, it just said calibration started. I'm still holding the power down. Yeah, so every Onsra board that I've ever gotten, that I've rode out of the box, I've absolutely loved it. This one, I absolutely hate it. Let's see what it said with the board not even on. The board's not even on. The board's not even on. And it said calibration started, turn board upside down. And there's nothing you can do on the remote to get you out of that. Hold this down, hold this down. Look at this. I'm gonna end up walking home because it's calibration mode started. This is ridiculous. So now I have the board in pairing mode. It's flashing quickly. If I just tap the power button, nothing happens. If I hold it down for a second and then let it go right when it vibrates, calibration. Flip board upside down. I'm fucked. Like, I'm just stuck wherever I'm stuck at. Don't let the board turn off. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but right now it's just flashing slowly blue. That's what all the Onsra do when you first turn them on. Turn the remote on. Calibration started. Turn board upside down. No matter how long I leave it sitting upside down, it does nothing. This is stupid as shit. Alright, now I have the board completely turned off. The board's not on at all. Turn on the remote. Calibration started. Turn board upside down. How did you start a calibration if you're not even connected to it? So now I'll turn on the board. It's just flashing blue. It doesn't go solid like the remote has paired with it. That's all it's doing. Sorry for cursing. I'll try not to curse. Super frustrated because I really don't want to walk a couple miles home on a brand new, $1,500 board. So now with the board completely off, oh, by the way, the buttons, like, I know I'm pushing kind of hard because I'm frustrated, but I'm not over pushing the buttons. And as you can see, they're kind of sinking down in there. Real good. So now I'm going to keep holding it down, so it should enter this remote into pairing mode. And it's not. All it says is calibration started. Turn board upside down. The remote itself won't go into pairing mode. And nothing that I do will get it to go into pairing mode. So I'm going to sit here on my phone, try to see if anybody else had that problem, figure it out, or else I'm walking home. Alright, so there the board sits. I've been messing with it for over 30 minutes. Now I get to walk home, do the walk of shame, because of a stupid remote issue. Still says it, like, no matter what I did. It says it. I tried to look up online. I'm definitely going to walk home, get the owner manual, and see if it says anything about the calibration started crud. Trying not to curse. A little bit mad right now. If it doesn't say anything in there, then this is a huge fail to me. If it does say something and I could have done something here to get it out of this mode, then that's on me. Then I'll keep testing it. If you can get it out of that mode, then I'll keep testing it and see, you know, how often it goes into the mode, what you have to do to get it out, how much of a pain it is. But if it won't come out of this mode, this is a dead board to me. I ain't doing this. Like this, I'm lucky I'm 2 miles away from my house. I go on, you know, 20-mile rides. And I'm not going to get stranded because of a remote wanting to go into calibration mode. So here we go. I'll walk back to my house, get my truck, come pick up the board, keep you all posted. All right, so made it back to my house, got my truck. Board's still there, that's a good thing. Now check this out. So while I was sitting there stranded, I reached out to Onsra and Fabian on Instagram or whatever. Didn't get a reply in the 30-minute I was sitting there, so walked home. When I almost home, Fabian reached back out. He responded, which is awesome. It's a Sunday. I didn't expect anybody to respond. And he said, hey, it's an issue with it being cold out, that the board doesn't even have that feature, and all you have to do is hit the mode button 4 times. And sure enough, after I did that, this remote just said could not connect. So look at that. That's, man, oh, this is frustrating. But if you're having the same problem, I'll make a short of this too. If it's cold outside, 30 degrees outside, winter, you hit the mode button 4 times, and supposedly, not supposedly, it definitely does it. It'll reconnect to the board. But I'm already frustrated with it. I already have my truck. This ride's over for me. That's the first ride on the Onsra Black Carve 3. Do you know what? I mean, my truck's sitting here running, but I might as well try out the trucks while because I mean, that's why I stopped, was to try out the trucks. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely more loose, but it's nothing like double kingpins. Ugh. I mean, it took that whole circle right there to turn around, and it's definitely super wobbly. Like, they're definitely way more loose, but they're like a dead spot right here. I don't know. Not my riding style, and it already made me mad. I know, crap happens, I know. It's just frustrating, I guess. All right, so that's it, inaugural run. Let me know if you have questions. So that's not how I'm gonna end the video. I just want to say thanks to all my subscribers out there. Thank you for liking, commenting, and everything else. I know I showed some frustration on that video. I'm sorry if that offended anybody or if that's not what I should be doing. But there's no more honest review than that. I have plenty of black carves that I absolutely love. The Black Carve 1 was my first good board. Still have it, still love it. I have both of them in a belt drive and direct drive. I have the Black Carve 2, which is my go-to board. I absolutely love that board. This one, I just don't think it's for me. So I'll say this, if you're with me this far into the video, your opinion matters more than mine. So let me know in the comments on what you want me to test, because I'm not going to go through the whole gamut of testing that board. It's just not for me. And I'm sure there are other reviewers out there that are going to review top speeds and everything else that the board is probably more designed for. I'll make a short to help anybody that gets stranded. I'm pushing that mode selector 4 times. I'll give feedback to Onsra, and then we'll just see how that goes. I'm not going to make any big plans. I'm not going to say I'm not going to do anything with it, and I'm not going to say I'm going to do everything with it. Let me know in the comments on what you want to see in for tests. Please remember that the board left me stranded once, so definitely not until I get confidence on the board will I be doing any type of distant testing. And it's winter. I can't do that until summer anyway. So again, thank you for everybody that supports this channel. I really appreciate it. And I guess I should go out and say that if you haven't noticed, I changed the name of the channel. So in doing honest board review, I've kind of hung myself, to be honest. So a lot of companies out there, they don't like honest reviews, and we'll see how Onsra reacts after this video. Onsra have been the best out of all of them on honest reviews. But we'll see how they react after this video. I'm not editing anything. I'm not cutting anything out. I'm leaving it raw the way it is. So we'll see how they go. But for me, the e-board world are kind of drying up. I know that there are a lot of new boards coming out, and I know all this stuff, but none of them board companies want honest review, and I can't afford to buy $2,000 boards every time one comes out. So yeah, I'm changing the name of the channel, and I'm kind of going a different direction. I'll still be e-skating with the boards that I have. If something crazy come up, then of course I'll jump on that. But I'm gonna kind of change the channel to reviewing pretty much anything that I get my hands on that I think's worth a review. So please stay tuned for all that. I did get a new car, so I'm kind of going to be focused on that for a little bit. And then whatever you guys tell me to do with this Onsra Black Carve 3. All right, well, thanks again. Appreciate it. Catch you on the next video.